You don't have to just love yourself and practice self-love on your birthday or on Valentine's Day. You can do it throughout the whole year. So here are 22 ways to love yourself in 2022. Practice your faith, whether it's praying or meditating, worshiping, singing songs, or even doing dances to your favorite gospel songs. Practicing your faith is a sure way to show that you love yourself and that you love your beliefs and what you stand for. Be selfish. Discover your needs, desires, and hobbies. Before you can ever tell anyone else to love you, you first have to know who you are and know what you like and what you like to do. So understanding your needs, desires, and hobbies are so vital to making sure that you practice self-love, and also you're able to share and communicate how others should also show that they love you. Go shopping. I mean, of course, stay on your budget, so stay within your budget, but go shopping. Splurge a little bit and buy the finer things that you like, maybe every once in a while. So maybe once a month, take a shopping trip and buy some new clothes or buy new furniture. Or just buy a small thing, maybe just something like a picture that you can hang in your wall, on your wall, or in your home. Create and follow a budget. So after you actually create your budget, thinking about your income, your expenses, and how much you want to save, how much you want to invest, then you can figure out how much you actually can spend on all of the luxury items or just the non-discretionary items that you want to purchase. But remember, after you create that budget, try to actually follow it, because that actually puts the pen to the paper. That means that you're actually doing it. It's easy to create a budget, but it's a little bit difficult to actually stick to that budget every week or every month. Next, create goals for the future. I personally love doing this. I have a journal. So every couple of weeks, I just revisit my short-term goals and long-term goals. And then I even just write about what happened during the day or some big event at work or some big event in my life or with my family that happened. Create goals and actually, track your progress towards those goals as well, towards those goals. And you'll be like very surprised at how far you come along over the course of 3 months, 6 months, a year. It's a great thing to manifest goals. Next, write yourself a love letter. I love this. Speaking of journals and diaries, just write a letter to yourself about what you love about yourself, what you want for yourself, what you desire for your future. This kind of goes in hand with creating goals, but it's more intimate, more personal, and it's just between you and your soul and your heart. Create a vision board. So as you're manifesting and creating those goals, go ahead and actually visualize what that might look like for yourself. For example, if you want to purchase a home or a car, if you want to take a vacation, put it all on that vision board, and you can visualize it and have things to look forward to seeing in the future. But in the meantime, you can see it on that cardboard paper or see it on that little board. And then make sure that you have it somewhere where you can visit it every day. Maybe it doesn't have to be out in the open, but sacred space where you can look at it every day and manifest it to reality. Beautify your home. Oh my gosh, this is so important because your home is your temple. It's your sacred space. So the way that you treat your home, cleaning it, decorating it, pretty much emits energy into you yourself. So that's why I love the phrase that cleanliness is next to godliness, because I love a clean home. I actually take pride in, cleaning my space and sanitizing. And while I'm not a big decorator because I love minimalism, I love to beautify my home by having little flowers here and there, or by putting up pictures of my friends and family and decorating for the holidays, of course. I love that. All right. Next, speaking of beautifying your home, light scented candles. I mean, the aroma, the scents, the euphoria that it emits in the atmosphere is amazing. Right now, I actually have banana nut bread fragrances in my home for candles. And even though, it's getting warmer now, but I just love looking at the lighting at nighttime. I love smelling the scents during the daytime. I will always have a candle on standby, so I love that. Highly recommend. Speaking of goals and such, meditate and manifest. So this is actually something that I've started doing after I exercise in the morning. So just taking 2 minutes even to just be still with myself and not think about anything but peacefulness, calm, serenity, good vibes. And that is a great way to start the day. It shows that you love your peace and you're manifesting for the future, even for just the future of that day. Just manifesting that it will be peaceful, things will go smoothly. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You can always meditate during the day or after that busyness dies down. Reading. Now, as you all know, I'm studying right now. I'm studying for the CIA exam, so I haven't had much time to do my leisure reading, but I highly recommend that you read a book that you love, your favorite book, read a magazine brand that you love. So if you enjoy fashion, Vogue or Essence. If you love learning about business, get into a local business magazine or Chamber of Commerce magazine. Just read something to stimulate your mind, to educate yourself further, and to keep growing, because loving yourself is to help yourself prosper and grow and educate yourself as well. Next, watch a show or a movie. So watch your favorite show or your favorite movie. Recently, I've been watching quite a few things, actually. I love Succession. That's been a good HBO show to get into. I also love watching sports. Movies, I love action movies, but it's funny because whenever a suspenseful event happens or it's about to get scary, I always just close my eyes, I look away. So it kind of defeats the purpose of looking at the movie. But I just kind of like the thought of hearing the sounds and jumping when action occurs. It's stimulating. Next, of course, one of the best ways to show that you love yourself is to take a vacation. Yes, book that PTO, that planned time off, that paid time off. Book your vacation time. If you have to, take a sick day and just get away from the everyday, normal day-to-day routine. Find somewhere that you want to travel to. I understand that, you might be a little bit restricted with your budget or maybe with COVID guidelines, but find somewhere that interests you, that has all the amenities or activities that you might enjoy doing. Go somewhere out of the box and take a friend if you have to, or just take a solo vacation and enjoy yourself, girl or boy. And if your budget isn't there yet, or if it's just not a good time for you, take a staycation. So rather than taking like a whole week to go out, just maybe take a day or two to stay inside and, get some chores done or do some fun activities inside that you can do. Like I said, watching movies, shows, cooking your favorite dinner, inviting over a friend and family, or just, look, people get tired just sleeping in for the day. Everyone needs their rest, right? So staycations are nice as well. Exercise regularly. This is something that I have enjoyed doing pretty much since the pandemic started in 2020. I learned that exercise is so important. Not only does it help your body physically, but it helps you mentally to just be regulated, concentrated, and, prepared for the day. So exercise early in the morning before your day starts, or after work to wind down, or even if you work from home, do it in the middle of the day to kind of add a fun activity in the middle of your day. I highly recommend, and I'm sure your doctor will give you kudos and props for doing that as well. Speaking of doctors, visit your doctor for your annual exams. This is like the highest form of self-love, because you're thinking about your longevity, you're thinking about your health and fitness. So, book that annual physical to check on your body and go to that dentist's office, even though you might have to get some cavities fixed or filled in. But do it for sure. I highly recommend. And your future self will thank you as well. Next, take vitamins daily, take your supplements. Even putting it on your calendar every day. That's what I've been doing lately. Just putting it on my calendar to say, okay, time to take my vitamins. I even bring it to work with me. I don't keep them at home because think about it. We stay a third of our day almost at work. So, after your lunch break, just go ahead and take your vitamins and get that vitamin C, that magnesium, vitamin B, and then next, get that vitamin D. Go outside, take a walk, go for a run, just flower go look at flowers and water your plants. Go outside and get outside the house for a little bit. Get outside of the four walls that you're in. Because just like I said, your home emits energy. The outside also emits energy. I know maybe during wintertime you might not want to do that. It might be a little bit colder. But hopefully when it warms up, during the spring and summer times, the flowers are blooming and the sun is getting brighter. Go ahead and go outside. Get those vitamin D sun rays all in your skin and get a little melanated and pigmented and tanned if you have to. But I highly recommend that as well. Speaking of vitamins and going outside for vitamin D, drink your water. You know that your doctor will tell you to make sure that you are drinking a certain amount of bottles a day, depending on your size, your height, weight, all that. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Love yourself. Take care of yourself because your body is a temple. Whew. Dance. Now, you can catch me dancing all the time because I love to dance. I love blasting my 90s and 2000s R&B music. I love clapping my hands to gospel music. So dance, get active, and enjoy yourself. Love the sounds that are emitting and going through your ears and the vibrations of all of the harmonies that are being put into the atmosphere, your environment. I love to dance. Stretch and do some of your throwback dances, from way back when you were still in school. And winding down the list here, take a break from social media. I have done this quite a bit. Social media doesn't distract me too much because I feel like I have a healthy balance of visiting social media sites and just, doing my own thing outside of the internet. But take a break from social media and log off sometimes, or set a timer, set a screen time setting on your phone to say okay, you only get 4 hours of screen time every day, or whatever works for you. But that goes well into, figuring out what works for your mental health and your well-being and just your personal space to make sure that you know what you're absorbing, what you're digesting and feeding your mind, feeding your brain, and feeding your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Just take a break from the virtual world and get into the reality of your world. And the 22nd way that you can love yourself this year is to take your lunch break. Now, you might say this is very simple. Take your lunch break. And I say that because for the first, I would say, 4 years of my professional career, I did not really take a dedicated lunch break. Not even 30 minutes. I always felt this time crunch, like I have to get things done right now. And even when other people would take their lunch break, I would not. I would just eat at my desk or, eat in front of my laptop or eat and study. But it's something about eating and enjoying that experience of eating and not focusing on the daily stressors of life or focusing on that next project. So take your lunch break. Go for a walk during your lunch break. Call some friends during your lunch break. Walk around. Do something during your lunch break, even if it's meditating as well. But I highly recommend that. All right. We made it to the end of our list. You have learned 22 ways to love yourself in 2022. Remember, it might not be Valentine's Day, might not be a birthday, but you should always show yourself some love. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love for you to join us and to get future videos. Like this video if you enjoyed all the 22 suggestions, and comment below, what are some ways that you always show yourself some love? What are some ways that you show yourself some love? Or what's your favorite way that you like to show yourself love? I'm curious. All right, it's been a pleasure. As always, stay blessed and stay bossy.